everybody again to our weekly Texas Roadhouse press conference. Let's run down what we've got going on campus this week. Volleyball's got a busy week with 3 home matches this week. As they close out their regular season, they take on Western New Mexico tonight at 6 o'clock. Wednesday, we've got Basketball Media Day for all of you, beginning at 2 o'clock on campus. Wednesday night is also the Coach Kerrigan Show on Rock 95.1 at Links Bar and Grill from 6 to 7 o'clock. Friday, volleyball's back home with a match against Angelo State at 6 o'clock. Saturday, men's and women's swimming is at Trinity in San Antonio at 11 a.m. Men's and women's cross country is running at the Cross Country Championships hosted by West Texas A&M and Canyon at 9 a.m. Volleyball will be home for senior day to close out their regular season at 3:30. And football will be playing Texas A&M Commerce at 6 o'clock at Ratliff Stadium. And fans can catch that game. They can watch it online, they can listen online, or they can also get tickets either online or at the box office the day of and come out and watch that game against the defending national champions. And then Sunday night, Falcon Focus with Coach Kerrigan on CBS 7 beginning at 10:30. Okay, at this time I'd like to invite baseball coach Brian Ranke to come up to talk about an exciting event that we've got going on next year.
All right, we would like to announce today that on January 18th of 2019, we are going to have an evening with World Series champion and former UTPB baseball player Evan Gaddis. And we're going to be doing that at the Rose Building in downtown Odessa. He's agreed to come back. We're going to do a fundraiser. It's going to be what we like to call an intimate evening with Evan. We will be selling tables. We will be doing everything we can on that night to help raise some scholarship money, and that's what we're going to put it towards. Joining me today are from Pro Petro, David Coleman, and also our venue sponsor, Jim and Nelda Rose with the Rose Building. Pro Petro will be our title sponsor, and Jim and Nelda will be hosting us at the Rose Building. If they would like to come up. So obviously we're extremely excited. Evan had agreed to actually come back last year for our alumni game, and then they ended up going to the World Series and winning it. So he said, I don't think I can make it. So we've got that going on now. Any questions?
Just what's it like to see a guy who obviously came through the program and succeed the way he has?
It's a pretty surreal feeling. I mean, it's a really neat connection here because David actually signed Evan back when he was coaching at Texas A&M, and had signed him to go there, and Evan ended up not going there, which sort of started this whole ball rolling, and him to end up here at UTPB. I mean, to see that and what he's gone through to get to where he is, it's a pretty incredible deal.
That's one of the reasons we at Pro Petro feel it extremely important to be able to step forward and help kick the event off and get the event started, because the impact that UTPB baseball had on Evan Gaddis' life, this intimate evening with Evan Gaddis, and the funds that it can raise and the impact that it can have on many more young men like Evan Gaddis can be a lasting impact. And so we're excited about the opportunity to step forward, and the Rose family graciously offering and the place to host the event. It's going to be an exciting time and move forward to help a lot of kids.
All right, Coach, where can people go to find more information about it?
People can call our Director of Athletic Development, Letitia Ranke, 432-296-9166 for sponsorship availabilities, tables. Seating is limited, and so we'd like to sell it out as fast as we can. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, next up is head football coach Justin Kerrigan.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, Coach, so I mean, positive takeaway, so talking about the defense, especially in the second half, I know consistency, they've been doing it all season. What has been, that key to kind of continue to figure it out for them?
For our defense?
Yeah.
Those guys play hard. They're pretty assignment sound, and that's the key in stopping triple option. But I think the biggest thing on our defense is just the energy and the passion those guys play with. And not having John O'Kelly and Jared Thames, I think is a loss, but you still have Keaton Gray, Chris Hode, and those guys, along with the way O'Kelly plays and Jared Thames plays, that's kind of the spark plug for our defense, and those guys kind of set an example, and the defense kind of reflects how those guys play.
What do you feel like, obviously I'm assuming execution was a part that you said could improve on the third down situations and the fourth down conversions you guys weren't able to get. Is there any particular aspects that you feel like you can zone in on as areas where the execution can be improved?
Just from Saturday's game, all of it. Offense as a whole, every position. We didn't click. To have the previous games with 400 plus yards passing, have had some games where we ran the ball well. We didn't do any of it well, and not going to win a lot of ball games like that. So I got to get back after it. Got a new week, fresh start, and excited to get after Commerce.
Was there anything in particular with this game? I know 9 fourth down attempts, and going for the onside kick at the start of the game. Is there anything about this matchup that you saw maybe heading into it that maybe you thought that you could roll the dice a little bit and it turned out in your favor?
Playing triple option, the main objective for them is to eat clock, keep the ball out of your hands. So for us, it was just trying to plus some possessions and be able to extend some drives. I was at the game at Grande with Tascosa at Midland Lee, and at one point, Coach Murchison said they ran 12 plays in the first half. And he kind of said, good luck, getting ready to go up against triple option the next day. And then you just think about that kind of stuff, that the objective of that offense is to keep your offense off the field. So we were just trying to plus some possessions and obviously continue drives, and knowing that if we could get ahead, you can kind of handcuff them. It's harder for the triple option to make comebacks, running the football and eating clock. So we were able to execute some of that stuff well. Special teams was great. We recovered the onside kick, executed a fake punt. We just offensively didn't get it done.
So coming off that game, and now you're coming back home and you're playing the defending champions, how do you approach practice any differently this week towards that win?
No, I kind of approach it the same. I talk to our kids about the opportunity to go have some fun against the reigning national champs. Far more pressure on them than there is for us. I say outside of our locker room, nobody expects us to win that game. There's no pressure. We should be able to go out there, have fun, and enjoy the night, and let the final outcome be what it is. And I think if we just go enjoy it, the opportunity, it's a tremendous opportunity to go play a reigning national champion. Let's have the mindset to go beat them.
With 2 games left, is there anything that you're kind of trying to, what's the message
I
that
won, and we're going to go have some fun and play the national champ.
Sort of bouncing off that, with just the 2 games left, and you do have, for the most part, everyone on this team coming back next year. What are some of the things you're really hoping to see in these last 2 games that hopefully you can build upon going into next year, obviously against the reigning champs this week?
Great effort, execution, and a couple victories. Obviously, to plus the win column helps going into the offseason. I want to see our young guys get better and continue to improve. We're playing a lot of them, and excited about what the future looks like. But the future right now is Commerce. It's this weekend.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Scott, you made the big catch in the first half, coming off the defensive stop, the defensive turnover rather. What's it kind of like when the defense gives you that kind of momentum and you go attack on offense?
It's big for us, and we just try to feed off that, just positive vibes and get better every play.
You've stepped up in several, key ways. A lot of that I feel like is speed. Well, what is your process when you come into a game, and what are you kind of viewing as your role on this team this season?
Beat the guy in front of me. That's all it is, just one-on-one.
What was it like for you? Coach Kerrigan talked before you a little while ago about going into this game, going up against a team that runs triple option on offense. You guys were going to maybe try to extend and create some more possessions for yourself, more than usual because of that threat that they could possess. What was that like for you as an offense, just being in a game with that aggressive and really going at it like that?
We just like to play mistake-free, to keep their offense off the field, and keep our defense off the field too, but just play mistake-free.
What do you feel like has been going well for you these past, 4 weeks or so? You've really kind of been able to consistently, get yourself a lot of receptions and carve out a nice little role for yourself.
This is winning my matchup each and every game. Just let it all come to me.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.